Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping straight into Exodus chapter 24.
Right, a really pivotal moment, isn't it? Coming right after the big giving of the law at Sinai.
Exactly. This chapter covers a lot, ratifying the covenant, this unique vision some leaders get, and then Moses going up the mountain again.
Yeah, quite a sequence. Let's maybe start with that first part, the covenant ratification. What strikes you there?
Well, the speed, really. Moses tells the people everything the Lord said,
All the words and laws, yeah.
and their response. It's immediate. Everything the Lord has said we will do, just like that. Unanimous.
It is striking. There's no debate, no hesitation mentioned. It's just, okay, we're in. Complete buy-in, seemingly.
And it's not just talk, is it? Moses acts right away to make it official.
Mm-hmm. He writes it all down, the Book of the Covenant, builds an altar, sets up 12 pillars, one for each tribe. Very symbolic.
Right, grounding the agreement physically. Then there's the ritual with the sacrifices. Burnt offerings, fellowship offerings.
Yeah, the burnt offerings are about, sort of, total dedication, giving everything over. And fellowship offerings, that's about peace, community, sharing a meal in presence.
And the blood. That's key here. He divides the blood, half goes on the altar.
Which represents God's side of this agreement, right? Sprinkling the altar acknowledges the divine commitment initiated through sacrifice.
Makes sense. Then he reads that book of the covenant out loud. Again.
And they respond again, doubling down. We will do everything. We will obey.
It's like a double confirmation. And then Moses takes the other half of the blood.
The blood that was set aside in bowls, yeah.
And sprinkles it on the people themselves, saying, this is the blood of the covenant. It's incredibly direct.
It really is. A very physical, almost visceral sealing of their promise. They're literally marked by the covenant they just agreed to. Twice.
So, okay, this huge communal event wraps up. Everyone's committed. It's sealed with blood. But then the focus? It just narrows right down, doesn't it?
It shifts dramatically. Suddenly it's not the whole nation. It's Moses, Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, and 70 elders. A specific group.
And they go up the mountain, and the text says something pretty amazing. They saw the God of Israel.
I know. I mean, seeing God in many ancient contexts meant death. But here...
Here it's different. It even describes what's under his feet, like sapphire pavement, clear as the sky. Just incredible imagery.
It is. And the text explicitly says God didn't harm them. They saw God and they ate and drank.
Ate and drank. In God's presence, that implies a certain acceptance, even fellowship.
Seems like it. A unique, privileged moment for these leaders. Not the fiery, consuming presence seen from below, but something else. Maybe closer.
But it's brief, right? And then the focus narrows even more.
Right down to one person. Just Moses. The Lord calls him higher up, alone this time,
Why alone?
to receive the stone tablets, the law written by God himself. This is the core transmission.
So Moses leaves the others, sets up temporary leadership,
Yep. Tells Aaron and Hur they're in charge while he's gone.
and then he ascends into the cloud, covering the mountain. That divine glory we heard about earlier.
The glory that, to the Israelites waiting below, looked like a consuming fire, intense.
Absolutely. And Moses goes into that, into the cloud, into the fire-like glory.
And he stays there for a long time, 40 days and 40 nights.
40 days, just Moses and God receiving the law directly. A completely solitary, intense encounter after all the communal and group moments.
It really lays out a fascinating progression, doesn't it? You go from the whole community making a promise.
To a select group having this, like, visual encounter and meal.
And finally to one individual in prolonged, direct communion, receiving the foundational text.
So we've seen this spectrum, collective commitment, then a kind of privileged vision for leaders, then this deep, solitary revelation for Moses.
Yeah. It really makes you wonder, what does this layering tell us? About how connection with the divine works, maybe? Or how understanding is passed down?
From the many to the few to the one, different levels of access, different kinds of experience, all within the same covenant story.
Definitely something to chew on as you think about this chapter, how these different ways of relating and knowing all fit together.